Okay, so here I've started Visual Studio. I've created a simple interface you can see over here. I have a form that I've renamed to Form Tutor, and I've put my name on top by using the text property of the of the form in the Properties window. I've got 4 controls on the form. I have 2 buttons, New Problem button over here where my mouse is moving, and the Check Answer button over here where my mouse is moving. In here is a text box, and then up here is a label. Okay, and what I'm going to demonstrate is a really simple form of your next assignment where we can just generate a problem, get an answer, and then see if it's correct or not. Okay, so I'm going to write code for 2 different controls here, the New Problem button and the Check Answer button. So let's start with the New Problem button. I double click on this, it brings up the New Problem code, and the first thing I'm going to have to do is create a random object. So I'm going to say random, I'm going to call the object RND equals new random. We've done this before. Alright, and then I'm going to have to put the random numbers that I generate into 2 variables. Okay, so I'm going to create 2 int variables called x and y. Okay, x and y here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set x equal to a random number, so we use the next method, between 1 and 12. Okay, so we'll say 113 here gives us a random number between this. I hit Control C, Control V, and that copies the line, and then I'm just going to put the second random number into the variable called y. So now I have 2 random numbers. All right. Now I won't see anything. I have to display these. So I'm going to do this. I'm just going to put up something like in the label up there, which is called label problem. So I'm going to say label problem dot text is equal to x plus, and then we're going to put a plus in here, and then plus yeah, got a little carried away there. So try this again here. Say x plus a plus, because I want it to show the variable x, whatever's in there. I want it to show a plus sign, and then I want it to show y. So I'm going to say plus y, and it's going to implicitly convert those to strings, so everything was going to be okay. And then I'm going to even put this. I'm going to put plus, and then put an equal sign, and that's going to be, maybe I'll put equal, and then we'll put question marks or something here. Okay. So in other words, they're going to see the problem here, and then they're going to have to know to answer it. All right. So like I said, this is a real rough version of this. But let's just try to run it and see what happens. Okay. So I do this, and I say, all right, here's my new problem. It's going to say 2 plus 5 equals. If I do it again, it's going to say 4 plus 1 equals. Okay. So you get the idea. It doesn't look real nice there. I could have centered this. Matter of fact, if we want to do this here, we could go over to the properties here, and we can go to the text for the label and the text align here, and you can see it has lots of different down here in the bottom right hand corner. You can have it aligned into the middle or the top or the bottom or whatever. So I'm going to just put it into the middle, and that way it's not a big deal, but when I run this again, I'll see that problem come up into the center of the label. Now the thing is, I can actually answer this now. I can say 10, and I can say check answer, but obviously nothing is going to happen because we haven't written code for the check answer. Okay, so that's the next thing we're going to do. All right, so we're making progress, but we got a ways to go. So here's check answer. Now this comes up over here. Here's the check answer click. When they click on this, this code will run. And what's going to happen here is it's going to first off, we're going to say int answer, so we need somewhere to put the answer, and we have to have it as an integer because we have to compare the numbers. So we're going to say this equals whatever they put in the text box. All right. So remember, we have to do an int.parse of their text. I forget what it is. Text answer dot text. Okay. So now we're going to have the answer. And what we want to do now is we want to compare the answer, this, to x plus y up here. The only problem is I can't get the x, y up here because they're declared inside this method. And this guy, the button check answer code, cannot see inside of this. Okay, cannot see into the button new problem. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to move this declaration of these two variables out to the class level. So we're going to put these out here outside of any method, right, up like this. And what that does is that makes them visible to every method inside of this class, this program. Okay, so now I can see if the answer is equal to x plus y. And we're just assuming addition here because this is a real simplistic model. But the way the if statement works, we say if, and then inside these parentheses is going to go some condition that's either true or false. And the way we're going to do this, we're going to say if answer is equal, and when you're checking for equality, you have to use the two equal signs instead of just one. So if answer equals x plus y, all right, what do we want to do? Let's say we're going to put a message box, just a real simple message box.show correct. At least we'll know this thing is working then, right? I mean, it's able to tell whether an answer is correct or not. And then we can do this. We can say else, because if it's not correct, it must be incorrect. So then we're going to put out a message box that says not correct or wrong or something. Okay, so we're going to do this. All right, so now we have all of this written. All we have to do now is try it. Okay, so we're going to run this. All right, and we've got our program over here that's going to execute this code. And so I'm going to say new problem. Okay, and it's saying 6 plus 9. Now I'm going to put in here 15 and just check the answer, and I get correct. All right, great. Okay. Now I'm going to ask for another problem, and I'm going to put in 2, which is the wrong answer. And it's going to say wrong. And I should tell what the right answer is here, but at this point I'm just trying to get this thing to work. So this is what I would like you to try, since I'm not going to be there today, and to just create a simple program. And you can start, name it correctly, name it tutor, save it correctly so it can actually be the basis for your assignment that you hand in. But just start with a couple buttons and a text box and a label, and just see if you can do something like this. Generate a problem. And you can keep generating, you can see here, this is going to keep generating random problems, and see if you can get it to work correctly. Now, this is not very good as far as, like, what if they put in doggy here? What's going to happen? You know what's going to happen. It's going to crash. And so that's a bad thing. What do I need to put in there? I need to put a try catch in there, right? So we're going to say break here, and it's showing me where it crashed when it tried to parse doggy into an integer, which doesn't work. Okay, so it will stop debugging here. Right, and this brings this back like this. What are other things? Well, we're assuming it's addition, but we're going to have to figure out if it's addition or not. We're assuming the numbers are 1 through 12 right now, but we want to be able to change the numbers. So we're not showing a picture. We're not showing the right answer, which we could do real easily here. Maybe that'll be the one last thing here we'll do. We'll say wrong. Wrong. The correct answer is, and then I'll put another string on here, and I'll put not x, not like this, because that's going to put, sorry, I don't want to put x plus y. Tell you what, I'm going to do this, and then I'll leave it to you to figure out why this is going to be wrong. So watch. I'm going to say, bring this up. I'm going to say new problem, put 9.3. I'm going to put 7. That's the wrong answer. So it should tell me that the correct answer is 12, right? But what's it going to say? Correct answer is 93. Well, now we've confused a lot of 4th graders, and our future is dim. But you, in your wisdom, will be able to tell what's wrong with that. And that's just one of many things that you're going to have to change to get this thing working. Okay, so I hope this helps a little bit, and good luck, and I'll see you soon.